I think it's going really well. I mean, you're seeing growth in all position groups at all three levels. I think we've seen a lot of growth on special teams specifically. We got a lot of players right now in terms of talent, and so I think that part of the game should really increase because the competition is so high. These guys have been incredibly physical throughout camp, and I think physicality, competition, and consistency has kind of been our three keys. But I think those guys are doing a heck of a job with those three things.
These are far from the dog days, and it's not like it's 110 degrees out here. But after that first kind of excitement of camp's back, we're finally back on the field, kind of wears off a little bit. Where do you think these guys get the motivation from?
I don't know that motivation is something we're looking for anymore. We're looking for discipline. Motivation is going to fade. You are going to be tired on day 11, right? And I think the guys have really tried to hold each other accountable on the discipline part. Right? Discipline's going to take you a lot farther than motivation ever can. And so I think these guys are really working on their discipline, going to do hard stuff even when their body and mind don't feel like it. That's what really discipline's all about.
Doing a story on your wide receiver group. Just what are you seeing out of that unit right now, especially as they, of course, also get used to a new offense?
Incredibly competitive. We brought in 3 transfers this summer that I think really pushed that room. One guy that's really stood out is Zach Card. He got the axe today. I got a chance to coach him at Oregon State, so I know Zach really well, and I knew what kind of talent he had, but I also knew what kind of kid he was. He's a young man that's very serious. He works extremely hard, and I think he's really done a great job stepping in. And it's kind of an older guy, right? Even though he's new, he's an older guy, and really pushing the room. But it's incredibly competitive, and I think a lot of guys are making plays.
There's one of your new faces, a guy that maybe Vandal fans are used to, Ryan Jezioro. Just what are you seeing out of him in his second year developing?
You're seeing exactly what we'd hoped. He's really taken a step physically. I mean, he's 210 pounds. He's one of our fastest receivers, and so I think he's a very complete guy, and he's starting to develop that consistency. He was out a little bit in spring. He had some hammy issues, but I think he's done a phenomenal job rehabbing, and he's been strong, healthy, and making a ton of plays so far in camp.
How goes it for you and even the rest of the offensive coaches as you also get used to Coach Shoemaker's offense?
Yeah, it's obviously been fun for me. Anytime you can learn new stuff, it's fun. The great thing about Coach Shoe is I'm very familiar with his system. When I was at Simon Fraser, really at Stadium High School, really started learning from him when he was at Central Washington, and so it's not as new for me, but obviously the nuance is new for me, and so I think that's been really fun to learn.
I know the layup is you're not where you want to be yet, but just how close do you feel like this team, if you had to go out and play a game tomorrow, how close do you feel?
I think we're close. I think these guys are certainly taking steps every day to get better. We're not quite ready yet, but if we had to play, we could get ready. But I do think this group has a new attitude, right? They understand the work required. It's hard to win any games in the Big Sky, let alone try to be at the top of the Big Sky. So I think with the veteran group, with the understanding, it's been a little bit easier to kind of push the rest of the group.
Last one for me. Any specific goal in mind you want to accomplish this week?
Yeah, to me, this week is all about situational football. I don't even know what day it is, but tomorrow, the last day of this block, we have a lot of situational football. We're doing something called the Kobe drill, where we could be in a 4-minute situation, could be in a 2-minute situation, and so just really understanding situational football is going to be critical down the stretch.
How's camp going? I know Coach Ford just told us that you were out a bit during spring camp, so to be able to go full bore here at fall, how's it going for you?
It's going good, honestly. Really just, I was out during spring and then starting to come back. It's been really nice to actually be back and have fun. It's been nice to, get out there with my guys and start playing more, so.
Yeah, coming back as kind of one of those leaders in the wide receiver room after the year you had last year. How have you, taken that responsibility?
Yeah, really just, I'm more of a lead by example type of person. We have people who are more vocal. I just like the young chops to look at me and just really, lead by example, and hopefully that helps them out, so.
Do me one favor, take one step closer, right there. This wide receiver room, a lot of talent in there, some faces that Vandal fans will remember in you, and also some new guys. Just what do you see when you look around in meetings and you see that talent, or you're out here on the field running through drills?
See a lot of talent, like you said, and just people who are just bought into the process, and people who are just going to go get after it every day. I mean, there's no drop off. If one person is out, the next person's coming in, no drop off at all. I think we're all pretty good.
And how's it like working with Joshua for another year when he comes back? You guys were such a dynamic connection
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, it's great to have a quarterback like him. He's very smart, athletic. He just knows the offense super well. And, just have a general like that in your backfield as your quarterback, it's awesome. So.
Coach Shoemaker's offense has always put up numbers wherever he's at. How exciting is that for you as a wide receiver?
Really exciting. I actually really like what we have going on here, and it's going to be really fun.
Cool. Just, overall thoughts of camps, any individual goals you want to accomplish as you get ready for the start of the season? The opener is only 18 days away.
Yeah, really it's just about the team, honestly. I just want to see success for all of us, and I just really want to go out and win games. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
First question's got to be an easy one. Just how does it feel to be a player that coach has his eye on and get the axe at the end of a practice?
It feels great, man, and it just lets me know that I'm doing something right. I'm just following the process, keeping the standard, and going day by day and trying to win the day. And I appreciate, he gave me this. It's an honor to have this axe in my hands, so I'm just thankful. Shout out Coach Ford.
Tell Vandal fans who might not know a little bit about your journey. How'd you end up here, and how's it been like for you so far?
Yeah, so basically I transferred in. I got here in June. I transferred in from Oregon State. Made the move after a new coaching change that happened over there, and then Coach Ford hit me up, and it was a great decision for me to come here. I know a lot of the original staff that was at Oregon State is now here, so it was kind of easy. I got a lot of good references from other old coaches that the OC's pretty good, the O-line's pretty good, pretty much the whole team's pretty good, and we got something going on pretty good here.
How does that, make things easier when you don't have to get to know a whole new staff and you just get to focus on bonding with your teammates?
It makes it much easier, I'd say, but still, you gotta go in for the extra meetings and still get to know them and still, go through that whole process and be a pro about this stuff, because this is our job and we want to be great this year. We want to go win a championship. That's the one goal in mind, and we just take it day by day.
Tell me about that wide receiver room, man. It seems like you guys have a ton of talent in there.
We got some dogs in there. From top to bottom, we got straight dogs. So, it makes it easier on us where when we get tired, we know that the next person that steps in, he's going to do his job. He's sound with everything he's going to do, and we know he's going to make a play. So, and I love those guys, man. I got in, they embraced me, they welcomed me with open arms, and I'm just very thankful to be in the room with them. Coach Powell's been a great coach, been teaching me a lot of new things, and it's just been great so far. The couple months that I've been here, I just can't wait to get to the season.
And it's fun. You guys are all bonding, but you're all competing for jobs and reps and opportunities. So how's that healthy competition going between all you guys?
Yeah, we're always competitive. That's the nature of football, but we're not combative. You know what I'm saying? Where if somebody makes a play, nobody's hating, nobody's doing none of that. Even with the defense, they make a play, that's a great play. Iron sharpens iron at the end of the day, and we're a team. That's the bottom line. We're a team, and we need to be together and stay as a unit to go win big games and get the job done.
How's camp going for you, man? Another camp getting under your belt as you get your career to the halfway point.
Man, camp's been going off, pretty good. I started pretty early, pretty quick. Had a few picks, and the defense, new DC, he's running things accordingly, and everybody wants to be here nowadays. So the want to win is more, the competitive nature is more, and everything's just going as a flow.
Yeah, Coach Stalker, you don't have to search very hard to find him on the field. He's a big guy with a big voice. What do you like that in a defensive coordinator, a guy that's fiery like that?
So sometimes his tone might be high, but the message is very direct. So sometimes you got to listen to the message over the tone, and that's where something's different from last year. Some coaches would have had a very aggressive tone with a very aggressive message, but when you could pinpoint the message out of the tone, you get things cleared up.
Yeah. Just what are you guys as a defensive unit, especially the DBs, working on? Let's take this week for example, as you get ready for the opener, just less than 3 weeks away.
We're really focused on day by day just getting better. That's the team goal, getting better, but more specifically in our unit corner room, we're focusing on our eyes. A few corners, young guys having a few slip-ups with eyes, our alignment, so we just try to emphasize every day on getting better first of all, and then all the other stuff to follow in there, footwork, technique,
We know you're a guy to watch there on defense. Who are some maybe other guys in that DB room?
Everybody, honestly. This is the most competitive room I've ever had. Hyson Dolan, 6, Dooley, Eshawn, Isaiah Bivens, 21, young guys. My cousin just got here from John R. Rogers, Jerry Allen. Mel, honestly, every guy in the room is ready to go. So
awesome. Cool, man. And I'm doing a little story on the wide receivers. You guys know them better than anyone
Yeah.
when you go up against them. Just
Yeah.
what do you see in that group?
Honestly, out of all my years being here with guys I left and went Big Ten and did everything you could think of, this room is the most talented room we've had. We got guys really attacking the ball. Even myself, I come out every day like, okay, I have to be on my stuff, because if I lack one play, I'm gonna hear blur in the background, and you feel me? I gotta just bring the energy every day.
Cool, man.
Thank you.